Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm here to talk about one stock that I think could genuinely change an investor's life, especially an early investor, and I think that there's a lot of reasons to get into this company, and it's very compelling right now, and you've probably heard about it before, but the company we're going to talk about today is ticker symbol SOFI. This is SoFi Technologies. This is a fintech company. They're a banking company. They specialize in, running an online banking system. But they also have technology aspects to their business, but mostly a financial service platform. Their market cap is 26 billion. Not a very big company. P/E ratio is, high, but for a good reason. And they're a $22 company as of today, and this is, as we see, very close to the all-time high for this company. Their 52-week high is $25. So they haven't even been a stock for 5 years, but they did IPO at $11, and then what happened is their growth rates dropped a lot. They were in the $4 range, and since then they've bounced back very well. So you're probably asking, why should I invest in this company? What's so good about this banking company? Because we look at other banking companies like, let's check Wells Fargo. Let's see what they're doing. So Wells Fargo, we can see that this company over the past 5 years, they're up 221%. It's great, but all time they're up 300%. So if you invested in Wells Fargo since 2000, you haven't made that much money. And I mean, you get that dividend yield of 2%, but still, you haven't made that much. As far as the stock market goes, you probably want to make a little bit more money, understandably. But the thing with SoFi is this isn't just a banking company, and they have the right idea. So before I do get deeper in, if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to like it, smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys watching. We're almost, we're just got 300 subscribers. We're on the way to 400 and then 500. Really appreciate you guys. But yeah, if you want to be along for this journey, be sure to smash both those buttons, and thank you. Let's get back to it. But so SoFi, the thing that they're doing is that they're exclusively online. So if you check down here, SoFi only has 5,000 employees, and their CEO, Anthony Noto, which I very strongly believe in. I very much like him as a CEO. I think they couldn't even do better if they tried. I think he's done an amazing thing with this company. They only have 5,000 employees. They have no physical locations. So SoFi is fully digital. Everything that happens on SoFi is fully digital. And as we're moving into that space and time and area, it seems like that's the way to go, because Wells Fargo, so look at this. They have 5,000 employees, so SoFi does, right? Wells Fargo has 217,000 employees. And then if we go, a bigger bank, something like JP Morgan, they have 317,000 employees. So there's levels to this. There's levels to this for sure. And the thing that about Wells Fargo and Chase is both of them have physical locations. So a lot of them, they're paying a lot of money for those leases. They're paying a lot of money to keep those employees in the store. And they can't just get rid of them, because Wells Fargo and JP Morgan and Chase, their main customer base is people of the age, 50 and older, 60 and older, the baby boomers, the boomers. That is their main customer base, and they'd flip out. They wouldn't be a customer anymore if they up and got rid of their storefronts and their retail space that they're leasing and they're paying a lot of money for. If they got rid of those tomorrow, then they'd lose, a good amount of their customer base. But the thing about SoFi is they started digital. So the thing with this is, I think it's truly just a ticking time bomb for SoFi to explode and be a lot better than Wells Fargo and Chase. I think that it is going to surpass both of them eventually, and that's why I think it can change your life, because it's at 26. We see the market cap's at 26 billion, and then let's check Chase again. We just saw it right now, but JP Morgan's market cap is 794 billion. So you'd more than 30x your money if you put it into SoFi right now, and it did reach the level that JP Morgan is at, which I don't think is impossible. I think it'll take some time for sure, but 30x in your money, I think it's very possible right here. So let's read this article right here. Let's get into it a little bit. I thought that it brought up some very good points. So this just talks about how the numbers are up quarter over quarter on the earnings release, which we'll get into later, but we see their technology platform dispelled growth concerns with new travel and hospitality clients, including Wyndham and more to come. SoFi is also expanding aggressively into blockchain, launching automated self-serve international money transfers using blockchain rails, enabling faster, cheaper cross-border payments. I really like this. They're getting into the crypto space, which I also believe in. And I think the SoFi doing that is just an even bigger catalyst, probably get into crypto. They're probably doing the right thing. So also, yeah, SoFi does hold a unique regulatory advantage in launching stablecoins under the Genius Act ahead of traditional banks. They're exploring more and more of these, tokens that they're able to make so easily. And yeah, I mean, SoFi is getting into the crypto space. I like to see that. And then we see also, despite trading at a 74 times earnings per share, that's not what it is right now. The company's 100% net income growth guidance, which they have, improving margins and multi-year 20% plus ROI potential support the valuation. This is very much true. By 2027, the forward P is projected to compress to 30 times, making SoFi a high-growth fintech compounder with durable upside and multiple catalysts. So this is very true, and we see that, SoFi is a very, very promising stock. The future looks very bright, and their estimates are looking very good. And this reminds me of a stock, actually, because if we look at this graph, let's look at what it looks like right now, okay? Let's look at that graph, and then let's look at this company, and one that you probably know, Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. And you can't even see it anymore. The company is so expensive. But look, I mean, they got that initial rise to $35. They IPO'd around 10, and then they dropped. They dropped all the way to around, I think it was $5 for a little bit. They're in the $5 range, and then they bounced back up, and then ever since then, it's been clear skies. And this happened very fast. In 2023, they kind of started the rise back up, and it was late 2023. And then you see late 2024, they already, tripled from that rise back up. 5x'd, and then now 2 years, not even 2 years later after that, they are where they are. So I don't think it's impossible that SoFi has the same move. I mean, they started this rise late 2024. We're not at late 2025 yet. It's almost a year. I think they could make that move. It's pretty much, in line with what Palantir did, and I don't think it's that crazy to say. And also, this is very good because I wanted to highlight this. Loan origination has reaccelerated, and with the Federal Reserve expected to cut rates and the housing market set to revive, SoFi is primed to surpass its 2021 origination levels, now operating as a fully licensed bank with 3 million mortgage-ready members currently borrowing elsewhere. So SoFi does have their foot in the door in the mortgage space, and as more and more people join SoFi, which is the younger generation, they're going to begin buying houses, and this is going to snowball. And with the housing market, I talked about this in another video, investing in ticker symbol O, realty income. The housing market is going to flip very soon. Rates are going to be cut very soon, so this is just a matter of time, and you got to get into these real estate stocks while you can. But let's go into the earnings now. Let's just see a few numbers here, because SoFi, I mean, this is, if you guys have never seen it before, this is what their app looks like. So they have investing, they have credit cards, they have loans, they have banking, and this is if you're a member. But their interface is very clean. That's not the most important thing for investing in a company, but I do like the way that their app looks. We see their members' compounding annual growth rate is 51%. That's insane. The fact that they're growing members that consistently, that quickly, I mean, it's just, it's very impressive. There's no one else in the stock market that does it like them. We also see that their diversified revenue stream, so they have the fee-based revenue, the adjusted net revenue, and their fee-based revenue mix. They're, getting more and more fee-based revenue, in opposed to just all their revenue from everything, the tech platform and financial services. Their fee-based revenue is growing and growing very fast, and I think that that's eventually going to overtake all the other revenue. And we see, I mean, look at how, much it's growing from last year to this year. I mean, the year-over-year growth, like right here, it's 74%, and then in this one, it's 72%. If you have any number growing positively in the 70% realm in your company, you're doing something right. Your company is doing pretty damn good. So we also see that, strong returns. This is also true. There's no lies here on SoFi. And yeah, I mean, they're doing something right. They definitely have the groundwork set up to explode, to be as big as these major banks. And they just have to execute, which I think they will. I very much, support Anthony Noto, their CEO, which if you are investing in a company, you want to be sure that you agree with the CEO's view, what the CEO is doing with that company, and, where the direction and trajectory of their company is going. So yeah, I mean, I have SoFi for an average cost of $8, but I am buying right now still. I still think SoFi is very cheap and it is going to continue to rise. So I would get in right now before it's too late. And yeah, guys, that's all I have for today's video. I do appreciate you for watching. If you did, gain any knowledge or enjoy this video, be sure to smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.